Hey, it's White Boy Chris. If the Pat Downs ever made you laugh, then join our Patreon and support us. Get bonus content, a t-shirt, or an autographed copy of Rabbit, Miss Pat's autobiography. Visit MissPatComedy.com for the link to the Patreon, and while you're there, join our Facebook group.
Welcome to another episode of the Pat Down Podcast. I am on set of the Miss Pat Show, but I took a break to talk to Chris Bangalanger and Dion Kerr, my lovely co-host.
Hey, Pat.
Hi, how are you? Nice not to see Nikea.
He works here.
Does he really?
You know why he's not on the podcast?
Why?
Because he's taking a
catering.
I was gonna say he's taking a full lunch. You taking a half lunch.
Yeah. I saw him over there licking the barbecue grill. I just walked like I didn't know.
God love him.
Make sure y'all stay tuned after the music. So make sure y'all stay tuned after the music so you can hear what's going on at the Miss Pat Show.
You better get up, get out, and tune in to this podcast. Miss Pat spit the truth, spit the real fact. Nothing but the ugly, classy at the same time. Pat got the flavor, these are not your same lines. That's the politics, she been on the real grind. It could be pretty but ugly at the same time. Just tune in, put your lock on the spin down. Ain't no need for the wait and turn it up now. What you talking about? Is it real though? And cut the game, you get no play like Nintendo. You wasted time, turn it up, nothing but the ugly. Straight off the top, everything she say, you know it's funny. Full blast, this a taste of the future. Listen on your iPhone, on your desktop computer. Share it, tweet it, ain't no way to beat it. Nothing but the ugly, turn it up and gon' repeat it.
And I'm on the set. I'm just taking season 4 of the Miss Pat Show.
so many seasons, you can't keep it straight.
I'm blessed.
Are you happy to see the cast again?
Huh?
Are you happy to see the cast again?
Man, we didn't know how much we loved each other. I'm getting confused in this damn thing on what side I need to pull my hair back on. We didn't know how much we loved each other.
Oh,
it's been fun.
Y'all really are a family, like for real.
It's a very funny season. And hold on before I start. Shout out to Norman Lear. He passed away today.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan cried like a baby.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did they get close? I know you spoke at his birthday party.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a whole video. I posted it today, about how much he enjoyed the show. And we got invited to his birthday party, which I couldn't believe. I was like, Norman Lear invited me to his 100th birthday party. He should have been greedy. He should have had 101 birthday party. He'd been like, I'm up in this bitch.
It's like every year for your birthday up until 12, you should have a party, and then every year after 100.
No, you should have a birthday every 5 days after you turn 100.
Every time.
You remember that old lady Flossie, where the TV station went out to interview her for her 100th birthday, and they're like, "How are you, Flossie?" And she's like, "I am tired." That's exactly how I'd be. I don't care.
Come get me, Lord. I'm ready to sleep forever.
She was ready to die.
Ready to die. So, shout out to Norman Lear. I mean, Jordan got to meet somebody, he grew up, idolizing. And he signed all this stuff for Jordan. He gave such a great thing talking about how much he enjoyed the show. I think it was last Christmas. I got a card or something in the mail where he signed it. And I was like, well, I'm going to keep this. And I'm so glad I did. So, that's how I was able to get on Jimmy Kimmel. Because when I got invited to his birthday party, I also got to speak. So when you're in Hollywood, everybody's so stale and proper and prim. And so I just got up there and said the fuck I wanted to say. And everybody just fell out laughing. I said, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, I've been trying to get on your show, but they told me you don't book fat black women. He said, what? put her on my show. And I've been on that twice.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's, sometimes you look up in your career and you always ask yourself, how did I get here? Never, you could have never told me I'd have been at a Norman Lear birthday party.
Yeah. And was it like a roast too? Did you do a set?
Yeah, I did. I did a roast, and I said, Norman Lear, I'm half your age. I want to know why the hell you are awake.
Because you're normally not awake.
Nosy as hell. I said, you're nosy as hell.
When you're 100, I think the last thing you want to see is darkness.
Yeah, that's why I tell you, like, my daddy was like 69, and I don't think a lot of people do this, but since my daddy had cancer, he wouldn't lay down. He sat up in a chair, and you walking out, I'm watching the TV. I'm like, no, I just heard you snoring.
My grandfather's 86. He does that too. He doesn't sleep in a bed. He sleeps in a lazy boy.
Yeah, my daddy would not fucking lay down. All he wanted to do was sit in a fucking chair with the news going.
You think you guys don't want to plan your last lay down? You don't want it to surprise you.
It is like when you're sick, you wake up and you're just like way more congested. I don't know if something about laying down just makes you all messed up. Just stay awake, stay up.
I don't know, but my daddy, and then my daddy had they fucked around and told my dad his heart don't beat, it rattles.
What? What?
What kind of science is that?
That's weird.
I'm not making this shit up. They told my dad his heart stopped beating a long time ago. It just shake. And so my dad was like, fuck that shit, I ain't laying down. Look how Chris looking at it.
I just think you need a new doctor at that point.
Heart rattles.
The fuck you mean? He was at a heart doctor. That's what they told him. They said your heart don't beat, it rattles.
Okay, at the VA?
I've never heard no shit like that before.
He apparently wasn't on the Blue Cross Blue Shield.
No, he's on Medicaid.
Okay.
You sure it was a doctor, not a public defender?
You're so damn stupid. I don't know what the fuck. It was a heart center because I used to take him all the time.
Yeah.
So. I think they did not want to see your daddy no more. Because rattles.
Did he get difficult towards the end? My grandpa's kind of getting difficult. He had COVID and mild heart attack 2 weeks ago, and the hospital was like, get out of here. Made him leave early. He was so difficult.
I just think old people are very mean. And so I do think there's a point where we're going to get the same way. Old people just run out of patience.
Yeah.
So
they don't have time for it.
They truly do not have time for the bullshit. So with that said, they're not tolerating no bullshit.
My dad was he was a real asshole his last week of life.
Really?
My dad was a real asshole. He was saying some wild shit. And I'm like, you about to check out of here.
What was he saying?
He was just real disrespectful to his fiance after she done took care of his old ass. He kept telling her, go to the store, get me some chips. Go to the store, get me some chips. I'm like, nigga, you don't got money for chips and you can't eat them anyway. He was just a real dick about it.
And what happened to your daddy?
He died.
I think she meant heart cancer? What?
He had cancer. Yeah.
Okay.
He had a bunch of cancer. He had skin cancer and lung cancer.
Damn.
How was he?
63.
Was he scared?
No. My dad never, ever, ever showed being in pain. Like he was hurting, but he never showed it. He was still laughing to the end, still being a honorary old man. So,
did your mama go see him?
No, she did not.
That's a good question. I wonder if one of my parents were dying, because they've been divorced for almost 30 years, if they would go see each other.
She didn't go to the funeral either.
Really?
Mm-hmm. which that really bothered me.
Yeah.
But,
I could see why. My mom and dad would go to each other's
Why
funeral.
would that bother you? That was her ex.
because it was my dad and I'm her son. You're supposed to be there for your kids.
Yeah.
Regardless of the relationship with the other person. It's not about them.
I was thinking about that the other day because, Ashley daddy called me and told me his heart was leaking. And
you go to see the same heart specialist?
No, he does it at Jiffy Lube. He had it checked out there.
Hey, get a drip pan, Pat.
and I was just thinking, and when I told Ashley, I said, you should really call your daddy. His heart leaking. She said he ain't dead yet. So I was thinking, I said, do I go to his funeral?
If the kids want you there, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And that, I wanted my mom there. I get why their relationship was not the same as my relationship with them, but what? Did I ask her? No, I didn't talk to my mom for 234 days after my dad passed.
Mm.
She called me on the 234th day.
You counted them?
Mm-hmm. Because she had talked to everybody else, and all my other brothers, but she hadn't called me yet.
And then did it just piss you off that you started writing it down on a calendar?
No, I kept a running tally in my head.
You sure you didn't add it up wrong?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
You use ChatGPT. It's fine.
From the day he passed till the day she called, I did the math. It was 234 days.
Yeah, I think if my mom or dad died,
almost.
Yeah, it's almost a year. A year's 365. It's really 364 and a quarter or whatever. I can't wait.
So, what did she say when she called?
Basically, she just apologized for not being there, and she gave me the reasons why.
Oh, I thought she called to tell you your daddy died.
No.
That happened with Tom Griswold. His son Willie was at summer camp, and so he's like, "Hey, I'm going to fly out, and I'm going to stop and see Grandma on my way back in Cleveland." And Tom goes, "Oh, yeah, about that. She died 2 months ago."
Jesus Christ.
He's still mad about it.
Why did he tell kids that Grandma died?
He just forgot. You know how Tom is. He got busy.
Well, who buried her?
Tom, I guess.
No funeral?
Yeah, there was a funeral. He just forgot to tell Willie. He was at summer camp. He didn't want to bother him,
That's terrible.
Willie always brings it up on the air. I'm not sharing anything out of school or anything.
They had a family reunion years ago in San Antonio. My mom didn't tell me till 2 days before it was supposed to happen.
Oh, no.
She was like, "Oh, I thought you had to work." I'm like, "Bitch, I could take vacation and I paid time off."
Stack Pickle can give me the break.
Right?
They
went to SeaWorld and everything.
That happened to Gary. His cousin called me and told me that his cousin wife called me to tell me his cousin died, but I got busy and I forgot.
See, it happens.
And so we bumped into her, and I said, I don't know how the conversation came up, and she knew Gary didn't come to the funeral, and I said, he was like, "Nobody told me she died." He died, and I said, "I totally forgot to tell you your cousin died." Especially at the time, I was at the house watching The Young and the Restless. I ain't interested in who died in real life. I'm interested in dying on the soap opera. So you call tell me about a real death. That's not interesting.
That's not interesting.
You got to call me after the soaps is over.
Yeah, and I forgot to tell him his fucking cousin died. So
I get it, because it's like a husband's cousin. I don't know my wife's cousins. Maybe one of them, but
you got to pass the message on if somebody tells you.
But it's spouses. Not like if somebody died in Game of Thrones.
I mean, you got to write it on the back of a bill or something.
Sticky note.
Yeah.
Drop him a text.
By the way, your dog died of worms.
Some shit you just don't remember. And if I get busy, and if it ain't no wow, if you tell somebody something happened, it's not wow. then that's 9 times out of 10, they're gonna, forget.
But maybe it was a wow to him because it was his favorite cousin. They used to play by the creek.
I had been with him a long time. I had never met that cousin. So that couldn't have been a favorite cousin.
He said, I don't know that nigga. Fuck him.
Well, he knew him. And when I told him he died, he was like, what?
That's so terrible.
But it ain't like his mama had died and I forgot to tell him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like when my sister-in-law died, and they sent one brother to the funeral home and everybody else, to the hospital, and everybody else stayed back and watched the game.
I didn't know you very well when you were on Bob and Tom and told that story, because it was during the Super Bowl and the Falcons were playing. And you were just so nonchalant about, oh yeah, the Falcons killed my sister-in-law.
They did. They killed the shit out of her. And the nephew, and I've told this story 100 times, I could not believe he showed up in the Falcon gear as a pallbearer.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah, he toted her casket, Falcons head to toe. I'm like, dude, this is like if you bring in the murderer to the funeral.
Right. It's like a cow being a pallbearer for a cheeseburger.
Not the analogy Miss Pat would have went with, apparently.
Not with all this turkey and impossible burger meat out here. That don't make no fucking sense. So, gotta be more careful. The holidays are stressful underneath our Christmas sweaters. We sweat. Luckily, no matter how stressful things get, we can smell amazing with Lumen. Lumen is a whole body deodorant designed by an OBGYN, and it works on your pits, your privates, and on your feet, anywhere and everywhere. It blocks odor all day long and even control it up to 72 hours. Lumen is baking soda free, paraben free, and pH balanced, so it won't give you that itchy baking soda rash that lots of other deodorants can give you. Lumen Starter Pack is perfect for the new customer. And guess what, y'all? It comes in a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off Lumen Starter Pack with our exclusive code and link. And for a limited time, return customers can get $5 off their next purchase of $30 or more too. All you got to do is use the code PATDOWN at lumendeodorant.com. That's LUMEDEODORANT.com. Thank you, Lumen, for making this holiday season smell a whole lot better. Support the show and get $5 off a Lumen Starter Pack. If you're a new customer, don't forget you get $5 off any purchase of $30 or more for returning customers. Just head on over to www.lumedeodorant.com and use the code PATDOWN. You have a lot going on this holiday season, and it's important to save time where you can. With Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, saving times in the kitchen is a total breeze. Factor delivers chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals straight to your door. They're always fresh, never frozen. Just heat them up in a 2-minute dinner and serve. Choose from over 35 weekly meal options, including awesome breakfast options like apple cinnamon pancakes and bacon and cheddar egg. With so many more options, there's something everyone in the family will love. Head to factormeals.com/thepatdown50 and use the code PATDOWN50 to get 50% off. That code PATDOWN50 at factormeals.com/PATDOWN50 to get 50% off. Shows must get 50% off of Factors. Get 50% off of Factors at factormeals.com/PATDOWN50 and use code PATDOWN50.
Let me ask you to change subjects. Could we talk about V-103?
Oh, yes. So I'm no longer at V-103, y'all. I don't work there anymore.
Yeah, you called me to surprise me one morning. But I bet you feel good right now because it's 3 p.m. and you're not dead tired.
I really do. I'm gonna tell you. So honestly, I was planning on being my last year. I was going to leave in the middle of the year, and I was asked to stay, and some change was going to be made. And I realized it was just a bunch of lies. And don't get me wrong, I like working for V-103, but I'm a very busy person. So a week before my contract was up, they told me they wasn't renewing it. And I'm like, I was leaving anyway, guys. So, but the ratings was great. We was all the way up to number 3.
Yeah.
Number 15. So, I got to do something I wanted to do, and I did it.
That's a huge jump from 15 to 3. That's really good.
So no need to listen to V-103 anymore. You can come here to the podcast.
Just switch over to Bob and Tom and help me out. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is what it is. So, I have no hard feelings. It was an experience that I wanted to do and I got to do, and I'm happy. You know what? I was just telling somebody, I said, I worked at V-103 for 2 years, and last night was the first night that I've had a dream. I used to dream all the time.
Really?
I would wake up with ideas of these jokes and just write them down out my head. I hadn't dreamed in 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a long time for people in my head not to be working.
There's also like that anxiety of, I got to get to bed. I got to get to bed. I got to get to bed. I got to get to bed all the time. It starts at 5 p.m. It's not like, regular sleep. All the time anxiety when you're working morning radio is the worst.
Well, I've had my experience. I'm so glad I'm free. And I got so much stuff coming along. I got Miss Pat Sell It. I got the Miss Pat Show. I got a few other projects I'm working on. I got a Wink Wink book coming. I got a lot of shit. So
why did you wink?
She said it. She didn't do it.
You winked, and then you told us exactly what it is.
So, I got a lot going on. So I'm grateful. I just went on tour with Bert Kreischer.
Oh yeah, how was? We haven't seen you in a week, and like all this stuff has happened in a week. Well, how was the Bert Kreischer?
I was really hoping to see you without your shirt on, like he does.
I went on tour with Bert, and I never really go on tour with people because I'm really trying to build my own thing. I'm really trying to build my own thing by myself. But I was like, Bert is my friend, and I'd be more than happy to go do arenas. I had never gotten an opportunity. I've only did them with Cat Williams. So I did it, and it was fucking phenomenal. When I tell you Bert Kreischer tours ran behind the scenes like a sewing machine, I'm sitting there like, when I make it to this level, I'm doing a podcast. I'm gonna say when I make it to this level, this is what I want.
Yeah. What was it like behind the scenes? Like, what's different about his tour versus, like, let's say, Cat?
Organization. It was organization. Everybody know where you're supposed to go. The catering was good. Your setup was good. They was professional. It was wow. It was nice as fuck.
You didn't get paid in trash bags?
No, cash.
What's that story?
Yeah, that's our Cat Williams baby.
What?
Actually,
it's just trash bags full of cash.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Yeah. I've been on tours where the RS was in the back waiting on the star to get off stage, and I was like, what the fuck is going on around here?
That's awesome.
None of that. But it was a little mind blowing.
How many shows did you do?
I did 5.
Wow.
And it was between 7,000 to 15,000 seats in between each city.
Wow.
Oh, it was nice walking out that type of crowd. And I had a blast.
That's good.
And thank you, Bert. So with that said, I got to get back to shooting the Miss Pat Show.
Okay. Yeah.
And I appreciate y'all to the fullness. So make sure y'all go to MissPatComedy.com and get all your tickets for your girl done made it to New Year's? Albany, New York, and Hartford, Connecticut, and Albany, New York. I'm coming December the 30th and the 31st. So make sure you get your tickets. Go to MissPatComedy.com. Check it out. Memphis is almost sold out, guys. Thank you. Cleveland, Ohio, get your tickets. Jacksonville, Florida, can't thank you enough. We're already sold out 5 shows. And make sure y'all continue to donate to the Patreon so I can pay Dion and Chris. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, and we appreciate y'all. And I got some free stuff coming. If you did not make it to the party, you can go to my website and you can get a party package. Just pay for the shipping. Everything left over, we will mail it out to you for free. I just need you to pay for shipping. That's all.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of The Pat Down. Make sure you check out my website at MissPatComedy.com for all of my social media, my tour dates, my book. Make sure you spread the word about my podcast. Please rate and review. Please rate and review and share. Thank y'all so much, y'all. I've been Miss Pat.